Yeah, it was a boring weekend in the crypto market, but that's fine. At least things didn't go down, right? Always good when things don't go down. Had one of the lower volume weekends and one of the smallest daily candles 2 days ago. Basically, price traded within like a $200 or $300 range, something like that. Pretty nuts how little is going on. But we have a green week potentially starting now. It is time to take a look at the markets to give you guys, let you know. We just heard from Eric Crown, the Eric Crown affair, that he can't make it, had a bit of an emergency. So you just get to look at me today. Sorry. Here we go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I am Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and get Ludacris on that like button. Ludacris going in and never been defeated and won't stop now. Yeah. Love Ludacris. Although, like, Ludacris is not does not deserve to be amongst, Snoop, Eazy-E, Tupac, Biggie here, but that was who completed the set. I didn't make the set. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning right now. As you can see on the ticker right there, Vauld allows you to invest without stress. We're going to talk about what's happening with institutional demand and with waning interest rates from CeFi platforms. At the moment, Vauld holding strong with 12.68% on USDT, 6.7% Pondy Bitcoin and Pondy Ethereum. Booyaka. I don't really do reggae accents, but yeah, guys, you get 40% off trading fees, highest rates in the game right now. I'm using it. I know a lot of you are using it because I keep hearing people go, "Oh shit, man, are all these platforms screwed?" And I go, I'm using it. Still very confident in Vauld. I think you guys should check them out. Relief rally time, it could be. Feels that way to me. Yeah. Luda is up there. I mean, he definitely has skills, just like doesn't really have like the classics like that. Funny floor. Sup, Boomer? Sup, powerful RJE with the Greg face over there? I see you. When Lambo? I don't know. Never. As I like to say, when you can finally afford a Lamborghini, you probably won't want one. Right? Who cares? Don't need a Lambo when you can actually afford one. You need a Lambo when you want to flex like you're rich, when you're probably not. When you're what was that? The song by Big Timers, Still Fly, can't pay my rent, all my money spent. Right. You got to stay fly no matter what, even if you don't actually have the money to pay your rent. So, guys, it is Monday. Again, like I said, I know that we promised that Eric Crown would be here, but he's not. So it's going to be me. Good afternoon from Wales. Good afternoon from Dolphins. Hungry like the wolf. Nice Duran Duran reference there. Yeah. Anyways, temporary relief. I don't know, man. Crystal ball is broken. Every time I try to consult the crystal ball, doesn't really tell me much. Yeah, I'm still fly, man. Still fly. I'm 40. I need a Lambo for my midlife crisis. I hear you, man. 1990, 89 Land Cruiser FJ is fine. That's amazing. That's exactly what you want. Anyways, let's do some things with the stuff. All right. Where are we at with the markets, guys? Where are we at? I said when we hit 25.5, like right when it happened, was that a week and a half now ago? I said bottom for now, right? I had no expectation that we would at least immediately, anytime in the short term, be revisiting those prices, right? Doesn't mean the bottom is in, but I believe that we are bottoming, right? I talk about this a lot, but bottoming is a process. It could take a really long time, but there's a lot of reasons to believe that we could be bottoming here. First of all, note, this is a meme, right? Nobody knows how it's calculated, but we all refer to it, so it must be real, right? But the crypto fear and greed index currently at 10, extreme fear. Notice, people are getting more fearful. Even as price already dropped to 25.5, bounced nicely. A lot of additional fear still pouring into the market. The idea being the same as the sentiment that we're seeing pretty much across the board, which is that people now it feels like, anecdotally, people don't believe price can go up. So one thing to be like, yeah, bear market, whatever, but it seems we're at that point where people can't even see a scenario that's positive, right? To me, that means generally that we are entering a period where you want to start accumulating, even if you think price is going to go back down. Yeah, we had that huge bounce right here. Let me take a look at the weekly chart, right? Listen, this is not rocket science. Huge bounce on massive volume right there, okay? With a very long wick testing the 200 EMA. That is bottomy price action. There are better ways to measure sentiment, just like call your mom and see what she thinks about Bitcoin, you know? But look, I'll tell you guys, look, listen, I'm not saying the bottom is in, but look, this is the last time we had volume like that, May 21. The bottom took months, right? But this was 30,000. It only got to 28.9 after that for months. And that huge volume was an indicator that we were near the bottom. This could do this, right? It could just chop around here, do one of these, and then eventually come up. Could go down more. But it does not feel like it should go much lower than this. And if it does, it would be one of those kind of things, I think, you know, which seems to make a whole lot of sense. But every time we've seen that sort of massive weekly volume, now I can't do it. It generally tends to be bottomy. Look, okay, here in January of 21, when we retraced back from 42 up and then popped, massive volume spike in March 2020 dip, the biggest one of all. That was a bottom, right? That was actually like a real V-shaped recovery. Okay. So we have a lot of precedent there. Not particularly concerned at the moment. I think that we are bottoming. Does not mean that like we go to 60K tomorrow. I do think that we are bottoming. I think we kind of are bottoming across the board. I think that generally inflation numbers, that doesn't mean real inflation, but the inflation numbers will start to flatten or drop slightly. We saw them go from 8.5 to 8.3, right? What if inflation comes in at like 7.9, then like 7.7? You know what I mean? It's all about perception. Inflation's really bad, but as long as it's getting better, the Fed won't be as hawkish and people will be optimistic. Yes, SPS looking good. I agree. SPX. We can take a look at SPY real quick. This is SPY, the actual tradable instrument of SPX. This is the daily. Okay. This was a reversal type candle right here. Same thing. And we have potential bullish divergence. I want to see this clear elbow today. I want to see it go up. Wasn't quite there yet. Potential bullish divergence. Did not get to oversold. That gives me pause. But then again, take a look. It was oversold and actually has never made the trip yet to overbought. So technically, we should see this go overbought before oversold. Massive bullish divergence, seeing that across the board. But let's go back to Bitcoin here. On the weekly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down weeks in a row. 8 of them. 8. Ocho. 8. Woo! That is insane. 5 was a record. 6 was a bigger record. 7, no way. Can't get to 8. Doesn't mean we can't go down, but I would say every week that we put in another shitty week is another chance that we get at least a monster relief bounce. Big wick here. Nice hammer here. You would have liked to see a smaller bottom, but another wick. Both of these wicking through 28,800, giving us bullish SFP. There's, no matter what you say, you can be bearish for sure. I understand it, but there's a ton of liquidity down here, right? The minute it crosses that line, you see a big bounce on major volume. So if bears want to keep pushing, they're going to have to push through a massive wall of demand here. Massive wall of demand, in my opinion. Right? Here we go on the daily. Uninspiring. Look at that volume 2 days ago. That is about as low as it gets right there. Yesterday, slight bounce. Today, we'll see, right? Not looking so great. But if you take a look, we do have this descending line, breakout, and retest, although the breakout not on significant volume, right? But things are kind of looking up. If you zoom in on the 4-hour, you can see, right? Clean breakout, retest. We'll see. Clearly, there's some resistance around 30,600. All 3 of these candles are tweezer topping there. I'm just not that worried. Call me crazy. We still have bullish divergence on the daily. If we can get above 31,295, all hidden bearish divergence will be invalidated, right? Higher highs on RSI, lower high here on price. We need to get above that, flip it, and then looks pretty bullish. And here you go on the 4 hour. If we're going to be really honest about the range that we're trading in, you take the range off the lows here, which was 26,700 to that high, right? Which was right around 31,083, 31,083-ish, right? You can see, actually, if you draw that as a range, we're trading in the top half of that range consistently. Bounced right at the bottom of it quite a few times. So what you're really looking for right now, if you're a bull, is something like this. Like we need to flip that range and not do it like this where it failed, right? But honestly, man, things are not looking that bad. But let's take a look at what we can look at for altcoins. Well, I posted this in the newsletter this morning. Newsletter's free. I should mention to you guys, I don't know if you saw this, but in the newsletter, doing a monster giveaway with BitGet. They sponsor the newsletter. You don't have to do anything but deposit $50 and you get a free $50 up to $50,000. So 1,000 people can do that. They're giving away $50,000 just to people who are our fans. You do not have to trade. You do not have to do leverage. You do have to deposit $50, but you'll get a free $50. Take it right out, all 100, right back out after. That's in celebration of the 500th issue. So you can click on the newsletter down below to get that link. Anywho, going back, just reminded me of that. So here, Bitcoin dominance. Listen, let's be honest. Bitcoin dominance, charting Bitcoin dominance is a meme. It is not a traded asset, right? So support, resistance, supply, demand, those are all completely formed by humans making decisions and placing orders. You don't have that with Bitcoin dominance, right? So take it with a grain of salt. But either way, if you look historically, like it's overbought on RSI, went all the way up to 75. RSI is usually caused by humans. Once again, you still get the idea. If you believe that nature moves in similar patterns and all that, you know, that's obviously the thinking behind Fibonacci levels and such. All the tops of Bitcoin dominance have been when it spikes towards overbought. Excuse me. Look at that. Right? So look, we got here, massive top. This is one of the bigger alt seasons ever. Here, one of the bigger alt seasons ever. Right? Even last time it came up, went up a bit, dropped down. But here we are. We have sort of an ascending wedge, which is breaking down, massively overbought and starting to drop. Am I saying we get one of the biggest alt seasons ever? No. But maybe this means that Bitcoin just kind of, you know, trades sideways or rises slowly. There's some money comes into the market in altcoins. So I actually kind of generally like altcoins. Stop it, Scott. You never just YOLO into alts. Never just do that. But I would say, listen, like, I'll say if you've been holding them, now is not the time to panic sell them, probably, right? But I mean, this looks like you got to get back down below here, but this looks very toppy for Bitcoin dominance, right? I mean, historically, and well, look, when it's oversold, that's when you get the massive bottoms, right? There's a bullish divergence, oversold, massive bottom. This is massively overbought. Altcoins have gotten absolutely wrecked. To me, this means relief. I think ETH counts as alts. I think actually that ETH drives the bulk of Bitcoin dominance. So it counts, of course. It's Blippy. I see you've changed yourself to Blippy, Rick Krispies / Irvin / whatever the hell other names you've had over time. You guys are making a lot of jokes about massive bottoms. Yeah, pour your coffee on the like button. Pour it on there. Just don't do that, actually. Now I'm going to get messages of people needing to buy people new keyboards. Right. Should we talk about the news? But yeah, I would make the case that altcoins look like they're positioned to rage right now. We can take a look at ETH BTC. I haven't even looked, but I bet it'll be going up based on that. Yeah, ETH BTC. There you go. Right at resistance. If that breaks out, you expect ETH to come all the way back up, maybe even to here. So yeah, I think alt's looking pretty decent, generally kind of good-ish at the moment-ish. Ooh, European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, an authority figure that we all look to and love, says while crypto has no worth, she would back digital euro. I find that shocking, you know, that somebody in a central bank would say that crypto has no backing, but would really love to have a central bank digital currency that they could control and eliminate all of your privacy and make sure that they can take all of your money out of your account anytime they need it, or just airdrop you some cash when they feel like you're getting upset. This is what she said. I've said all along, the crypto assets are highly speculative, very risky assets. But here you go. My very humble assessment, super humble, is that it's worth nothing. You can't say this is my humble opinion and then be like, it's nothing. It is based on nothing. There's no underlying asset to act as an anchor of safety. I don't know. How about math and science? What underlying asset is backing the euro or the digital euro? Oh my God, give me a break. Give me a break. I'll be surprised if euro even lasts long enough for them to get a European central bank digital currency. But came out in some of these articles, which is kind of hilarious, that Christine Lagarde, much like Peter Schiff, her kid owns and loves crypto. Yeah. Always found it kind of weird that the Peanuts teacher talked like that. And like, how many times is Charlie Brown going to let Lucy pull that football out? Really? And how dirty is Pigpen? Take a shower, dude. Take a shower. But yeah, Christine Lagarde, I mean, she's part of the old Lagarde, not the new Lagarde. You know, nobody really cares. Except for actually most people who aren't into crypto, probably. But yeah, I think that, you know, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you. Like I said, we're in fight you phase. Fight you phase. Let's keep going. Yeah, guys, I was expecting Eric Crown to be here and supply a whole lot of alpha. Then he bailed like 2 minutes before. So now it's just me talking about the things we had lined up in the other time. Fantom rallies 12% amid speculation of Andre Cronje returning to DeFi. Remember how he left DeFi and he was like, fuck you guys, crypto Twitter is a shithole, and was like, I'm out of here. Like, you guys suck. I hate you. And have fun staying poor. And like everything he was involved in crashed, especially FTM. Well, apparently now he is coming back. And so now FTM can do good again. Do good. And so, listen, they have FUSD, another algorithmic stablecoin in Fantom that's currently trading at a, I don't know, 70 cent to $1 peg, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I like Fantom, man, but give it up with the algorithmic stablecoins. My God, just like make them go away. Make them go away. Make them go away. It's like somebody taking a pen and stabbing themselves in the eye aggressively and then being like, I really like my other eye, but let's try this again and see if it falls out or not. Of course it's going to fall out. You're going to take both eyes out. You're going to have no eyes. But anyways, so they have, FUSD, which is different because blah, blah, blah. Here's what they said. My God, I'm going to read it, but like, come on, man. UST had nothing backing it. Well, that's not true. It had apparently Luna, Bitcoin. Users create FUSD by borrowing against their staked FTM. If the value of the FTM goes below the minimum collateral ratio, then the FTM is progressively auctioned off to users who bid using FUSD to keep peg. UST had no auctioning process, said the Fantom Foundation, adding that an in-depth explanation of how FUSD functions will be published over the coming weeks. So the reason, by the way, apparently the UST died is because there was no auction function. No auction, conjunction function. What's your junction? Come on, man. Stop. Do something else with your coin that's not an algorithmic stable coin that's going to make everyone hate us. All we have to do right now is make less people hate us. But yeah, so Andre Cronje, released the Fantom FUSD optimization proposal, and his Fantom address added 100 million FTM, which is considered to be returning to Fantom. What are you guys what do you guys think? Seriously, do you want to do another stable algorithmic stablecoin right now? Do we want to do that? What do you guys think? Do you think maybe we should just give up on algorithmic stablecoins? I don't know. Kelly, what's up, Kelly? Yeah, conjunction. What's your function? Hooking up words and phrases and clauses. Everybody knows about conjunction around here. Yeah, you guys, no more stablecoins. Let's not do that. Yeah, we have the stables. We need no more. We got USDC, we got USDT. Let's roll. Yeah, Cronje is a genius. I'm not shitting on him. Like, he left because people sucked towards him. Like, if he leaves, something shouldn't crash just because like one developer decides to bounce. I see you guys saying that the NASDAQ is pumping. SPY is pumping a little bit. I wouldn't call that pumping, but it's up. Pumping, dude. Come on, bro. It's up from 289 to 291. You made me literally open a chart for that. Bitcoin at 30,048. Okay, spectacular. Let's take a look at Fantom. Yeah, it's kind of pumping, right? And flipping a key level here. You can call it, I don't know, 40 cents. It could also go slightly up, maybe to like 41 at this low. But yeah, so you went below here, broke support, flipping it resistance, flipping it back to support right here is the key, and on major volume. This is really what you want to see. First of all, you had capitulation volume here at the lows, right? Ouch. But what you want to see is when you're breaking back above that resistance and flipping it to support, another major spike in volume, which you have. So this looks like a real move from Fantom here. Of course, this whole thing could be considered resistance and right there. But yeah, I mean, I think all coins look kind of decent here, and this looks like it's leading the charge. Great. Yeah. You know, pump it up. We got to pump it up. I would play that, but then they're going to take my video down. Yeah. Yeah. Have we forgotten the Tether debacle that everyone was saying could crash the crypto market? There was no Tether debacle. Tether processed $7 billion in redemptions in 48 hours. Find me a bank in the world where if everybody came to him and was like, yo, man, we all want our cash right now, and it was $7 billion, would be able to do that. Nobody. No. Right? So Tether's strong, as Luke just said. It is. Whatever. Who cares, man? Tether's killing it. And people are like, it lost its peg. No. Here's the problem. The Tether peg is determined by your ability to redeem. If you can take $7 billion and walk up to Tether and say, I want my $7 billion, and they can give it to you at a 1-for-1 ratio, then the peg has not been lost. Just because on some exchange that doesn't have all the Tether liquidity, there are people who are willing to sell their Tether for cheaper because they're spastic dumbasses. That does not mean the peg has been lost. That means that those people's minds have been lost. We don't talk about Luna. No. We don't do that. We don't need to. It's over. What about Luna? Ask again. I just told you. Who cares? Nobody cares. Let Luna die. I don't want people to lose all their money on Luna, but Luna needs to die. It's over. Let it die. It's more than just UST. It's more than just the asset that crashed the entire crypto market on a world stage and has central bankers talking about it. It's more than that. It's also the power of Do Kwon. Let it go. Let it die. It may not die. I'm not saying it will die, but we should let it die. It should go to zero and we should be done with it and move on with our lives. Yeah. Can you chart Chubby Baby Super Moon Doge? I would, but it's not on TradingView. I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, there's no reason. But Fantom looks good here. So let's talk about CFI. Waning institutional demand is forcing high-yield crypto accounts to slash rates. Yikes. Right? Listen, we've seen it over and over and over again. There's so much FUD going on around Celsius right now, which I can't say I can find any reason to justify from the digging that I've done. But let's talk about listen, let's first talk about how do platforms like BlockFi and Celsius and Nexo, etc., like yield interest does not come out of thin air. I know we would like to think that it's just unicorn powder sprinkling down on us from the heavens, right? You can only earn yield if the person you're giving your coins to is doing something to earn more yield than they're offering you, right? Seems very obvious. They have to be doing something to earn yield. And then it's up to you, the onus on you as the consumer, to determine whether what that platform is doing to earn yield is acceptable level of risk for you. You have to not only trust them as your counterparty, you have to trust that they're doing due diligence on their counterparties and that they won't default, causing systemic risk to the platform. Now, listen, this is what banks do. I'm not saying that it's too risky. Not saying that. Banks, JP Morgan makes about 20% a year on securities lending, which is effectively what these platforms are doing. You buy stock, they lend out that stock, they earn 20%, and they give you nothing. The difference in crypto is that they give you like 80% of that yield to the customer and keep 20. The Pareto principle, which I talked about in the newsletter today, right? So we know that there's varying levels of risk. BlockFi, although still nobody seems to be talking about it that much, like last year, they were passing on all of the yield from the GBTC premium. They owned the largest chunk of GBTC of any institution, and it was free money. It was trading at a 20, 30% premium. When that went to a discount, BlockFi was screwed. They had to actually raise money, and their yields have not been the same since and steadily decreasing. They still have yield. Your assets ended up being safe, but they lost the way that they were earning you yield, right? Celsius pretty transparently has said, listen, like they pulled 500 million out of Luna right before it happened, but that's what a lot of these platforms are doing. They're parking money in different yield earning platforms in DeFi. They're lending the money to institutions that want to borrow it. If institutions want to short, they need to borrow the money to do it. That's largely been one of the reasons that we've had these yields. Well, if institutions aren't that interested in crypto and demand is dropping, then their demand to borrow is not as great, and therefore the yields start to dry up, right? So basically, the yields are exceptional in a bull market when everyone is excited, and not as good in the bear market. But here you go. Here's the reasons. Why is institutional demand dropping, as they said in this article? Institutional traders find it easier to profit from a crypto market that's in a state of contango. You know what that means? Contango is when the price of futures contracts is higher than the current spot price. Backwardation is when there's an expectation in the future that price will be lower and you're trading lower futures prices than the current spot market. When it's in contango, you can buy a futures product, short, it's called the cash and carry trade. We've talked about it a million times, short spot, or you can do it. There's a lot of ways to do it, but you can basically make free money as you get closer to the expiration, which is in contango, right? So that doesn't exist. There's also fewer arbitrage opportunities across crypto exchanges. They're becoming more efficient, and exchanges have very consistent pricing. So you can't buy on one and sell on the other and take the arbitrage opportunity there. Here you go. While there's still a lot of demand for crypto loans, key indicators, including the implied rate and open interest, the total number of open futures contracts, are substantially lower than last year. And here's what I think. People are continuing to invest. So I think it's kind of a short-term problem that the yields will come back at the end of the year. Once again, Vauld is the sponsor. They've maintained their yields through their processes, right? So it's all about the platform. It's all about the level of risk you're willing to take. But understand that anywhere that you park your coins to earn yield, there is some assumed risk, and it should not be your entire stack. So many people had literally their entire net worth on Anchor Protocol in UST because of the magic 20% yield and lost freaking everything. Yeah. So you got to be very, very, very careful here. BEEPLE Twitter account hacked to share Louis Vuitton phishing link. This sucks, right? Someone hacked BEEPLE's Twitter, tweeted out I guess some sort of collaboration between him and Louis Vuitton, which I guess would be cool. It was fake. And so far, people have lost about $71,000. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, one of the probably safest places to stake, if you believe in the merge, will be to just put your ETH into the staking contract to secure ETH 2.0 and earn, they're saying it could be up to 12, 13% on your ETH there, right? Luckily, I'm diversified. That's what you need to be. Like I've told you guys, like I used Celsius, before I used BlockFi. I finally took it off. But I have some coins on Voyager. I have coins on Vauld. I've had coins on Celsius. I've used Nexo. And this is, each one is small percentages of my portfolio, the bulk of which is in cold storage. Like I put my Bitcoin in cold storage and I don't need to earn yield on it. As attractive as it is to get 4 or 5% yield, it's more attractive to just assume Bitcoin will on average go up 20, 25% a year. And I don't need to necessarily take that risk. So I take it with a small part, Take it with a small part. That's news, 71K. I mean, I think it's so far, but I think it's just news when a notable Twitter account gets hacked and spams out some crypto scam because, you know how it is. Yeah. Yes, we're in a recession. Yes, your crypto going to go down like everything else, but you know what? It's going to hold because it was founded on something very different than Wall Street. Yeah, sure. Everything goes down when there's a recession, but maybe the recession will end. It's not all be poopy pants. Oh, look, stocks are down now. Crypto Bitcoin down a little bit. Come on, man. Hold for a day, man. Hold it for a day. Anywho, what if you lose your cold storage? Then you've contributed to the Bitcoin burn and reduction in supply. For cold storage, I use Casa multisig. I've talked about it before. And so you have 3 of 5 keys. You have to create a complex scavenger hunt for your family to be able to find them all. But yeah, if you have 3 of the 5, you can sign the transactions, basically. Yeah. Listen, this shit ain't perfect, man. Being your own bank comes with its challenges. Being your own bank comes with its challenges. And there's no really great services, I would say, right now that protect you. They're on their way, but I like it because at least I know I'm not getting hacked, you know? And I hope that the people I've taught to care for my assets afterward will be able to figure that out when the time comes. Yeah. So what do you guys, listen, that's all I got, but I got a few more minutes. What's going on over here? Yeah, shit's overcomplicated, but you know, people hack me all the goddamn time. I have no Instagram account right now. I have no Instagram account. I've heard rumor that there's obviously a lot of people that attack me in general on Twitter. I've heard rumor that they have had something to do with my Instagram account being tapped. What happened, it seems, is that somebody spammed my Instagram attack with hundreds of somebody hacked it. Because Mike, my producer Mike was like, "You were in Vegas last weekend?" I was like, "Nah, man." He was like, "Well, your stories showed you in Vegas." It's like, "Oh shit." And then I went to sign into my Instagram and I couldn't sign in. And now it just says that my Instagram has been deleted for impersonating someone else. So if anybody who follows me on Instagram, which you shouldn't because of this, gets about probably 5 impersonating accounts of me a month, contacting them, right? Contacting them and saying, "Hey, how's your trading?" It's like Scott Melker with 2 R's, and then they try to scam you. So like Instagram's unusable and they're targeting everyone who follows me. And now what they've done is spam my account enough that I'm the imposter and they can be the real ones. Yeah. Super, super lame. Someone said MetaMask and the bots took over your social media, probably. So yeah, I don't have Instagram anymore. Yeah, I know that's a joke. You sent me money yesterday. I'm assuming that's a joke, but yeah, I have yeah, people have actually gotten scammed by those people. It's really sad. So yeah, I have no Instagram. Gone. So just so you guys know, if anybody that looks like me comes at you on Instagram, it ain't me. Ain't me. Ain't me. Super hacked. But yeah, like you ask why I would keep it in cold storage and go out of my way. It's because I get SIM swapped, I get hacked, I get threatened, you know? So I have to do all that underground MacGyver type spy shit. Secure my assets. Yeah. Twitter's doing the same. Yeah, there's so many fake accounts. Yeah, you got this guy, Scoot Melkar, wants to know how your trading's going if you're into the Bitcoins. I'm not DMing you guys, frankly. Yeah. So, whatever. It's pretty much all I got. Pretty much all I got. I'm hoping things will go up and I won't look like a dummy. Yeah, I'm a legitimate. Hey, Dave, what's up? I'm a legitimate newsletter guy now that I got 500 newsletters. So we're sending the money today. 2 of the 10 people I gave $500 to have not responded yet with their addresses. So I'm giving them till the last possible minute before we give it to someone else. And then now you can go just literally get $50 free from BitGet. 1,000 people can do that. Shaggy, it wasn't me, but you got me on the telephone. It wasn't me. So yeah, it's a good song. Picture this, me with my banging on the bathroom. No, yeah, Shaggy's great. Mr. Boombastic, romantic, fantastic lover, Shaggy. They call me Mr. Lover. All right, I got to get out of here. I can't start singing Shaggy lyrics. Guys, check out Vauld. It's right down there. Do the thing. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Shaggy. Peace.
Let's go.